Hello everyone, welcome to the Coin Collector channel. We've got a pretty cool coin for you today. This is the 1800 draped bust half cent. So that's the front, this is the back obviously. It's very interesting. It's pretty unique in terms of the coins that I have. This is going to be a continuation of the obsolete coins in my collection. We talked about so far. I believe we've talked about. Let's see if I can get that straightened up. Sorry, I had to do some adjustment there for the light. But yeah, this is another obsolete coin from the early American coin dates. I hope to do a video over all of them eventually. Of course, not the gold ones, can't afford those, but the copper and the silver coins that are obsolete, I will be doing a video over each of those. So this is, like I said, the 1800 draped bust half cent. It's the only half cent that I own. So it's pretty unique. It is 100% copper, and it was minted in Philadelphia. They all were. All of the half cents were minted in Philadelphia, so they have no mint mark. And this year, 1800, they minted only 200, about 200,000 of these coins were minted. Something very interesting. This this is 1800s, but the very next year, 1801, they minted 0 of these coins. This coin was in very low demand. So they debated making it at all. So for 1 year they decided not to, and then they picked it back up in 1802, which 1802 is more rare because they minted it even less. I believe they only minted around 10 or 20,000 that year, whereas in 1800 they minted 200,000. But this type of coin, the half cent, was minted from 1793, which is when America started minting our own money, all the way until 1857, so 60 years or so. It went through a lot of different changes in terms of what they looked like. Of course, this one, like I mentioned, is the draped bust, which is what this what it's called. This Liberty, Lady Liberty here, or whoever it's depicting. But let's go from the beginning. Originally, the half cent started with a Liberty cap facing left, so the face was actually facing to the left. That was only minted for 1 year in 1793. Then they switched it to the same image except facing to the right. That's called the Liberty cap facing right, believe it or not. That was minted from 1794 to 1797. After that, that is when the draped bust that I have here comes in, running from 1800 to 1808. So, of course, without the first 1801, other than that, it ran continuously, so for 7 years. And then it goes to the classic head, is what it's called, and that ran from 1809 until 1836. And then finally, the braided hair was from 1940 until 1957, and that is whenever they stopped. These coins ended in 57. So, let's see what else we have. It was designed by Robert Scott, and this was the first year of his designs. Before this, it was a different designer. I'm not sure on who, but the value of these varies drastically, obviously, with the lowest value of a good conditioned, which is what this one would be called. This one might be, I would say it's good to very good, even though it doesn't look like it, but this is a very old coin, and they get wore down very easily. But as I was saying, with a good condition coin, you're looking at about a collector's value of about $130. You could get lucky for an auction and maybe find it for around 100. But very best case scenario for these coins, if it's uncirculated, can be all the way up to $22,000. So it can be very expensive. And that's all the information I have on this coin, or the history of the coin, rather. I'm trying to get a good view of this, something I think is very interesting. There you go. You can see that it's got a 1 over a 200, and that means that is because this was 1/200th of a US dollar during the time. And I think that's really neat because you don't see that on other coins. I don't know if you see that on any other coin, actually. I'm not sure on that, but I don't think you do. Excuse me. So, move on. Some interesting things that happened during this year in 1800. The U.S. Library of Congress was founded. So also the nation's library, the National Library. I thought that was pretty neat. This year was also the year that they conducted the second ever U.S. Census. During that time, they concluded that there was about 5.3 million people living in America. Also, the Convention of 1800 was signed, which ended the U.S. and France quasi-war, which most of that war took place overseas, or actually on the sea. But that war ended during this year. And John Adams, who was the president during the time, he becomes the first president ever to live in the White House. And then at the end of the year, the presidential election was held, in which Thomas Jefferson won that election and became the new president. So, what could you buy in 1800 with this single coin? You could buy a handful of nails or a small spool of thread. I just think it's interesting that you can buy anything at all with a half cent, even in the 1800s. That's pretty incredible. But yeah, you could buy a handful of nails or thread. And also, some people that could have held on to this coin and had it in their pocket and used it for maybe thread or nails or what have you, obviously could have been John Adams himself or Thomas Jefferson. They also could have had this coin on the naval ships that was participating in the quasi-war with France on the waters, and perhaps one of the French soldiers after the treaty took one home. So there might be one of these somewhere in France, passed down through a family members, all the way from 1800s to now. This could be a coin that happened to. Who knows? That's what I love about this stuff. And specific things that I do like about this coin is, for one, I do love the date, 1800. It's just a very solid date for the United States, I feel, especially it being so early. And I love the 1/200th that's written on there. I feel like that's just a very rare thing to see on a coin, an American coin anyways. And It's very simple. I just like that it is Liberty, the draped bust, and 1800. Simplicity on the front, but grand design on the back. I enjoy that. If you found some new information, or if you just liked the video, found it informative or whatever, I hope you'll like the video and subscribe. I will be uploading videos every Friday, hopefully every Friday, at least once a week, for the foreseeable future. I've got a lot of coins to cover. Right now I'm working on trying to work on the obsolete coins, as I said in the beginning of the video, but also I've got another project coming up that I'm excited to get into. It involves a treasure chest. So if you want to see more videos like this, give me a like and a subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.